Ragavan, and today I'll be talking about the topic of systems, people, places, and power within culture as my sociological issue for this video. Culture has impacted our daily lives as well as contributed to important events towards life itself, creating certain issues towards society and at the same time being aware of our own impacts towards others. I've chosen this topic as it has many questions that we can ask ourselves, while there's a need to examine our own relationship with culture itself as a whole due to various factors taking place. We tend to wonder why culture is so important for various groups in our social hierarchy, and can culture be interchangeable without creating major issues for the whole world? Well, the answers may vary from person to person, while not being simply to discuss about, as we might think, due to several causes, particularly those who are in power, who tend to control people on what should they say or not to say while using various methods, like rules or norms, to force ordinary citizens to behave in a certain manner, while destroying them in the process. There's one particular example that illustrates this. During the last few days, there were a number of controversies related to the cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel Live, which was a late-night show in the US. It all started when the main host began roasting a right-wing personality's own career as the cause of death, while claiming that his own life goals were only supported to fake promises. At that time, the joke created backlash from various organizations, especially from the White House, who claimed that the joke was an insult to his own family as well as from others, thus leading to the show being suspended, and as well as being off air. People voiced their disappointment in these events, but at the same time, this led to the show being back on air within a day later. This example shows how conflict theory is being implemented to everyday life, as it forces a different group to be outcast, while the main group to be supported to society's own goals, and at the same time it allows societal structures to enable this theory, as well as this conflict, to thrive throughout history and into the present future. The true meaning of having culture is to create order. Order in our society is to create it through forcing others out of existence, and at the same time allows the mainstream norms to negatively impact our relationship with culture itself, through creating more problems than solutions in our society, as well as times when culture is being used as a tool to work on society's own issues, without being too considerate for others, as well as choosing one particular group of people that will enable more issues to flourish. For example, framing racism is a cultural consistence that allows a rich body of theory and research that allows it to gain research about its own effects, as well as learning about how culture tends to be much more powerful than it used to be. Culture has structures, like you and I. It can be both negative and positive for members of the society. It places laws, government order, authorities, rules, and norms on the top, while ordinary citizens, minorities, rights, freedom of speech in the bottom or in the middle. This detail shows how culture can provide a backdrop to many issues that we face, and we tend to wonder why culture is so important. Well, the answer, what I found out, is that authoritism rules over society and creates major issues for others, whether it could be opposing a certain debate or a certain topic or a certain rule in everyday life. Through understanding culture from a different perspective, we gain an opportunity to comprehend its true origins and connections, while its impacts cause ourselves to wonder about our own experience with culture